2022 was not the year for me, and if I'm thinking about it, I wasn't too fussed on 2020 or 2021 either, which is quite sad. 3 not so great years in a row in my mind means that 2023 is my year. I am not joking with you when I say that literally everything in my life is going to change this year. And in this video, I am all about like getting set up, all the feels, all the vibes, all the organization for 2023 and in making it a great year. So if that is something you're keen to see, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. First things first, I'm actually going to start off by changing up the background to my computer. I like to have it as kind of like a bit of a vision board slash goal slash to-do list. So I'll show you what I currently am working with and then we'll switch it up for some summertime vibes. This is my current background. It's very cute and springtime with a touch of the coastal grandma vibes because you know that that's my thing. I've got my important, so jobs I needed to do, some pictures that I got off Pinterest, a space for notes which is still blank, and then some spring bucket list type vibes with a bit of a quote. And I'm actually going to keep pretty much the same background, but I'm just going to obviously change it up a little bit and add more of a summer feel. I'm just on Canva and there is the background template that I'm going to use. I actually use Canva for all of my thumbnails as well. It's just such an easy to use platform. I just have the free version and that honestly that just works for me.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending.
My new desktop background is done and there are a few things on there that I want to unpack because like I said, there's some big changes happening this year. So I'll start with kind of some of the sort of small changes and we'll work our way up to the big ones. So small change number 1, I'm hopefully going to be upgrading my car. We were looking to do this later in the year, wait till we had a garage that we could put it in, but since I'm driving all of the time, my car is getting a really significant workout and we've been wanting to upgrade for a while. I've been tucking away some money, so hopefully during the summer school holidays that's the first thing that I can do, upgrade and then sell my old car. Just looking for something a little bit bigger. I don't want to buy a new car because I feel like you lose a lot of money on those straight away, but something a bit new-ish, like a couple of years old would be fantastic. So that's the first thing that's happening. The second sort of small change that's happening is last year I was in the relieving head teacher position at work. I didn't necessarily put in for that. I wasn't like aspiring to be a head teacher or kind of move up the ranks or anything. It just sort of happened that way. And it was really stressful for me. And so this year I'm just going back to my regular position as a classroom teacher, which I am so happy about. I've also moved desks. So we have a ginormous staff room. So we don't have faculty staff rooms. We just sit in this ginormous staff room, which has all of the faculties kind of together in two big sections, and there are bays within that. And I've kind of been sitting in the one spot for a couple of years, really wanted a change of scenery. And I think between my new desk arrangement and, you know, back to my old role arrangement where I'm just really focusing on my own classrooms, I feel like that's going to significantly reduce my stress around work this year and hopefully make it a much better experience. So that's small change number 2. Then moving into kind of like the middle era of changes, I suppose. If you watched my one of my 12 days of Christmas videos, you would know that Dave and I, after 6 years, are engaged, and we do want to get married this year. We're not going to have a wedding per se, like a big thing. We'll probably just invite a few members of our immediate family, maybe parents and siblings, and that is it. And just keep it super low key because one, we're not interested in like all the fanfare and attention, like that's just not our deal. And two, we've got some other big things that we are saving for. So that's kind of like a medium change. I say like it's a big life deal, but medium change in the sense that it's not going to impact too much on like the ways that we currently go about life. So that's why it's sort of in the middle there. Big change number 1 that's coming this year. We have been renting together for the last 5 years. I've spoken to you guys previously about how we have a block down the coast and we want to build on it, and it's finally happening. We've booked in with Allworth. If you're not from Australia, they are a building company out here and they kind of do project homes. So we booked in with them. We've got it all like running through council, waiting to be approved at the moment. And you'll see on my little desktop background there, it says like house appointments, because we have booked in to pick our internal colors, our kitchen, our bathroom, our electrical, all of these different things we need to sort out. And we are also booked in to like get all of our loans sorted for that as well. So January is going to be a big month in getting all of those appointments done, and then in February it'll be signing all of the paperwork for like the loan to go ahead, the house to go ahead, and hopefully at some point in February or at least March, fingers crossed, I don't know how long this sort of thing takes, but they can actually start building, which will be fantastic. And that's big change number 1. So by the end of this year, Dave and I will be married. We'll be living in a brand new home with an upgraded car, and hopefully, big change number 2, we are looking to start a family this year. So that's why I've got on there doctor's appointments at the start of the year. I want to go to the doctor and get like everything checked out, get like a full blood panel, hormones, like maybe even an ultrasound, because a couple of years ago I did get diagnosed with mild PCOS, and I know that that can have implications on your fertility. Obviously, I've never tried to fall pregnant before, so I'm really just looking to have a positive attitude and mindset, because I know how powerful your mind, your mental health, and your stress levels are on all of these things. So I really just want to go into it with a positive mindset, and I'm just looking to be my healthiest self that I can be, physically and mentally, to support like growing new life. So by the end of this year, hopefully I will be pregnant as well. So like this year, when I say everything's going to change, like marriage, house, babies, like literally everything's going to change. In March, also at the end of March, Dave and I booked in for a cruise to New Zealand. It's almost 2-week cruise, and both of my parents are going, both of his parents are going, and one of his sisters, her husband, and their kids are going as well. So it's a family cruise, but hopefully I might even be able to wrangle it into a bit of a honeymoon as well if we're able to get married beforehand. So travel is on the agenda, and obviously for me, since I am wanting to get pregnant this year, I really want to capitalize on the school holidays as well and see if I can get in as much travel in those as I can, because as we move into 2024, I don't know what the travel situation might look like. So I'm not necessarily looking to go overseas, but definitely want to see more of Australia and more of New South Wales. And there's some things I'm excited to take you guys along the journey with me this year. Moving on to the planning portion of the video, I've got a couple of different resources I'm going to use this year to get organized. First of all, I've got this 2023 little diary. It's got some really cute stickers in it and also a heap of different colors. I'm excited about using that. It's very sort of uplifting and inspires you to kind of get organized. I'm also going to be using, once again, my bullet journal. So I have already done some pages for January. So first of all, I've got this cute little January vibes page where I'm kind of just going to write sort of my aesthetic or hopes, aspirations, etc. for January. And then I've also got a TBR, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys shortly the books that I want to read this year. I also have 2 books of stickers. So this one I had previously and I just want to finish off, and then this one I just recently bought, and it's got some very cute kind of stickers in there that I want to mostly use for my bullet journal. I'm not going to use my bullet journal as like a weekly spread or anything. I really just want it kind of for books I want to read, budgets, goals, etc. And then this one is my YouTube diary, and I have all of my video ideas whenever I'm like having to write out a script for a voiceover. Like I don't want it to be super chatty, I want it to be a bit more structured. I'll write all of that in here. So I'm going to get to my planning and I'll take you guys through it. Some of the vibes that I want to tap into for January include spending days at the beach and out in nature, not at all stressing about work, living slowly and sustainably, taking care of myself physically and mentally, and enjoying quality time with Dave and family. I'm also really looking forward to getting my health back on track in 2023, and will definitely be filming some health and fitness reset videos. So if that's something you're keen to see, make sure that you hit subscribe down below. This is my estimated budget for 2023. I'm actually not sure how much I'm going to get paid a fortnight, because I'm going back from a head teacher's wage to my regular wage, but it's going to be more than it was in 2021, so I don't know how much it is. So this may actually be more than I can afford. I've just estimated my costs here, but I've allocated myself 120 for petrol. I typically used to give myself 100, and just these days with the petrol prices, it's not enough. I'm hoping that I can get below that though. Same with groceries, like I like to get around the 150 a week mark, but oftentimes they've been going up to 200, sometimes even over. So I really need to make sure that I stick to $200 max a week for groceries. I don't know why I wrote $684 because it's not $684, it's $680 a week for rent. My phone will only be, a fortnight. My phone will only be $6 a fortnight because it's $12 a month, which is so good. I'm so glad I stuck to that plan. It's like the cheapest plan ever and you practically get everything included. And then this is my hope. I'm hoping that I can put an extra $500 a fortnight on the loan. That's a definite. I need to make sure that that happens. My savings, I'm happy if that dips below $500 a fortnight, but obviously this is the aim. So what I typically do is when I get paid, the first thing that comes out is the rent and then the money for the loan. And then I do these extra things, and then whatever I've got left over after the fortnight, I put straight into my savings. Speaking of savings and habits, I've once again put together my weekly habits list, and I just check off each day whether I've done it or not. So if you've watched some of my other videos, you've seen this before, but it comes with some pre-done. So I've got slept 8 hours, 30 minutes outside, drinking enough water, which, oh my gosh, I never do. Random act of kindness, I always find that so hard as well. 20 minutes of me time, wash my face, move my body, relax, meditated, and then these are the ones I added: dog walk, reading, creative jobs, so that's like anything related to YouTube, might be planning, filming, editing, thumbnails, etc. God times, that could be prayer, it could be reading, it could be watching a sermon. Cook dinner, because I'm a crap cook and I really just need to get better at it. So I want to try and make it a little bit more of a habit. And then no spend, which relates back to my whole budgeting situation. Now it's time for me to pick out some books that I want to have on my January TBR, and I'm kind of looking for ones that have like a little bit of a summer feel, kind of that I can be taking to the beach and having a read of. So that's sort of the vibe I'm going to go for, but I'll show you guys what I pick out. I typically read a fiction, a non-fiction, and a Christian book sort of all at the same time, so I go between one to the next. I like to keep things fresh. So these are the ones I have picked for January. For my Christian book, I've got Fields of Joy by Ruth Chow Simmons. It's a nice thin one, so I can't imagine that that's going to take a long time. And then for my non-fiction one, I got The 5 AM Club. I actually picked this one up from a thrift trip I went on with my parents last year. And then I actually recruited 3 different non-fiction ones, all with a very summer and beach type vibe. So the first one is You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. And then my next one is Tessa Bailey, It Happened One Summer. And then my third one is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. And I have watched, I have watched the TV series of this on Amazon, and I'm very keen to read the books. I actually lent all 3 of the books to my sister Lily to read first, and she said that they are very cute and I would like them. So I'm keen for that one. So we've got my January lineup for the TBR, but this is what I'm currently on to. So this is one of my non-fictions, The Other Side of Beautiful. I'm past the halfway mark. I don't mind it, but I'll be honest, I'm not that big of a fan. It's about a 36-year-old lady whose marriage fell apart, house burned down, and now she's bought a rusty old hijet sort of camper van and is traveling from South Australia to Darwin, so basically across the middle of Australia. And so it's fun, kind of like self-discovery type vibes, but I'm just not really into the character. So that's sort of my feeling for that one. This one, The Well-Watered Woman by Gretchen Saffels, I found out about this from Allison. She's a YouTuber in America and she was doing it for a Bible study book. And I do actually really like it. It's basically about how we can get our water, or like our life, our joy, all of our things from Jesus. And he is the everlasting well. So that's a really nice one. I've got Becoming by Michelle Obama. Haven't gotten too far into this. It's a pretty dense read. I typically don't read autobiographies, but you know, it's Michelle. I mean, she's an icon. So I kind of had to give it a go. And then this one I'm absolutely loving, Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. It's the second in the series, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I liked the first book as well, and I am well and truly cruising through this one, so I'm almost at the end. So my feelings are that I'm going to smash throughout this one and finish it off, and then that will take one off the ranks of reading, so then I can focus my energy on the other three. But the problem is with these three, they're okay, but I'm just not super into them, so my reading on them is quite slow, and I want to get to my January TBR, so I sort of need to get a wriggle on these other books first. I just finished putting together a brainstorm of summer YouTube content. I've got some good things coming your way, from cleaning, organization, to summer beach days and staycation videos, and then obviously getting a start on all of these jobs and new things that I have planned for my life for this year. If you guys have any specific content requests, however, I would love it if you could list those down in the comments. I'm always looking for some fresh video ideas and inspiration. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.